The other reason is the Fdlr that has been, these genociders who have been in Congo for the last 30 years, whom the international community have really entertained. I think they have deliberately preserved them. I don't know for what. Whether it is a gift of thanks to them for having committed genocide here, or preserved them because they are anti-Rwanda and government, and therefore they would use them as and whenever that is possible against Rwanda, to control Rwanda, to manage it the way they want. Otherwise, tell me, part of the reason is Monusco, this UN force, is in Eastern Congo, in the DRC, was actually to address this problem of Fdlr that kept changing names over time. But after 30 years, if you ask the UN and say, what happened? If you really ask them what they've been doing for the last 30 years they've been there, and with tens of billions of dollars they have spent on it, what is there to show for that effort that was made? Only to end up blaming Rwanda for everything that is happening in Eastern Congo, or really in Congo, because even all problems of Congo are blamed on Rwanda by these so-called international community members, and together and in support of the DRC government. If DRC government is not encouraged to take its own responsibility for its people and its country, and everybody joins them to blame others for their problems, how do you expect Congo to actually address these problems that affect all of us? How? So the statement you referred to, therefore, is part of this, I don't know what to call it, honestly. But it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up for any solution to the problems at hand that we need to be addressing. I don't see how. Well, I imagine a scenario where if we didn't have Rwanda at all, or if we could relocate Rwanda to another part of the world and remove it from here, would that solve the problems of Congo or of the region? Really? So, and people get lost in the blame game, this, that, and forget to really address the root causes of the problems we have and find a solution. And then you have geopolitics being played into all this. Then you have the blame of colonial times being managed somehow, because those who were involved in the colonial times and who are blamed for it have the power to manipulate, and always fall short of doing what is right. You find they have groups groups they create, they say groups of experts. I mean, how do you expert in doing what? Then you find the groups of experts. These experts are led by people who are supposed to come and really cover up the blame that should be leveled against those who are responsible for those literary crimes of that past of colonial times. And they've been here in Eastern Congo or in Congo, groups of experts. What expertise? Expertise to come and terrorize? You know, these groups, the people making up these experts, you know, in broad daylight, killings, persecution, all kinds of stuff are done by people they see, government leaders in Congo, commanders, people belonging to either the police, the army, in broad daylight lynching people. This one is kept quiet about. And then the next, these experts write a whole, they pile up crimes committed by M23. They talk about things somewhere in the background in in and they don't talk about these things that were done in towns, in broad daylight, before their eyes. Then they talk about, M23 violating, human rights and so on and so forth. And then Rwanda behind supporting them, and Rwanda is supposed to be there stealing minerals of Congo. So the whole thing is shifted from what the problem really is to some other imaginary problem they have created. And they really make people believe that. But honestly, for the last 30 years, if anybody wanted to understand what the problems are and what the solutions should be, you don't even need to be an expert. You just need to be wanting to resolve these problems and allowing people to have peace. So when you ask me what next do I think, what I think should happen is what I have thought from the beginning and have spoken out very loudly to whoever needed to listen. This problem is not insurmountable. It can be addressed. It can end. It should have ended in actual fact long ago. But you can't end it by manipulation. You can't end it by playing games.